Hello and welcome to Daily Records. I am Tommy Burton, and today's record is another recent pickup. This is by the band The Explorers Club. This is their album Together. Released in 2016 on Gold Star Recordings label. Now, if this cover looks familiar to you, it is reminiscent of the Beach Boys album Friends, and that is no mistake because the Explorers Club is definitely a sound that harkens back to that late 60s, early 70s Beach Boys sound. Even though this band is not from California, they are from South Carolina. And they've been around for a number of years now. But definitely, if you didn't tell anyone and you just put it on, they would definitely mistake this for a Beach Boys sound. Now, they also have some other sort of influences that they wear very well. The Beatles, Phil Spector, the Zombies, even the Monkees, and probably the Byrds, going back to the Byrds again. Now, they eventually drifted off into, after that initial album sort of sound of the Beach Boys, they kind of added a little bit of Burt Bacharach and Glenn Campbell, that kind of lush production. And then they moved to Nashville, Tennessee in 2014, and they put this album out on June 24th, 2016. Like I said, they're out of Charleston and have been around for quite a while. But this album, Together, what really stands out about, and I love the Gold Star label there, Gold Star Recordings, which is definitely a throwback to the Beach Boys. But there's 5 members: Jason Brewer, Wyatt Funderburk, Paul Runyon, Kyle Polk, and Michael Williamson. But they also add on this album some familiar names, if those of you that follow Brian Wilson and his touring band, particularly Probin Gregory, who plays the brass instruments on here, and Nelson Bragg and Scott Bennett playing percussion. Darian Sayanaja plays on this album. And so they just go all in on that Brian Wilson sound. And like I said, they kind of zeroed in. If you're fans of the album Friends or Sunflower, those sort of, I call them overlooked Beach Boys classic albums, I think you're going to really enjoy the Explorers Club because if you like those songs and you like that music, then this is definitely a throwback and a nod to that sound. And so you'll find this album very rewarding. It just has those sweet harmonies, really big hooks and pop sort of melodies. Songs like Together, California's Calling You, Gold Winds, Don't Waste Her Time. I mean, you can almost hear Carl Wilson singing some of these lead vocals. And so I highly recommend the Explorers Club, particularly for fans of Beach Boys. Like I said, this one gets back more into the Beach Boys territory, kind of like their first album, Freedom Wind. But there's a little bit of that Bacharach kind of sound, that lush production, very, very smooth sounding stuff. And so worth a listen. So today's daily record is the Explorers Club Together. If you know this album, comment below. Let me know what you think. Comment, share, like, subscribe, all of that good stuff. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter. It's TommyBurton75. I love interacting with you guys. But in the meantime, I'll see you all again tomorrow with another daily record.